Avery, this is Miss Mills. So for your very last project with me this year, it's going to be a digital project and it's going to be super duper easy and very, very fun, I promise. So the way that you have to go about doing it is you need to be in your Google Drive and you can access that through your KD Cloud. You're going to click on New. Then you're going to come down here to where it says More. And you're going to see the very first thing that pops up is something called Google Drawing. So you're going to click on that. Now, it'll be a checkerboard screen like this. So what you have to do is you have to right click, go to background, and then you want to make the background black, and you'll kind of see why in a second. Okay, so you're going to be making a mosaic out of shapes, and I'm going to show you how to kind of insert a picture and do that. So you'll go to insert image. Now, if you have a picture on your computer at home that you want to use, you can totally do that. Or you can click right here where it says search the web. And what I do is I pick one that's more realistic. That way I can get some really cool shadows and highlights. Of course, you can do a cartoony one if you want, but more colors the better because it just makes it a little bit more interesting. We'll click on this little guy. Insert. Alright, so the way to do a mosaic, let me see if I can zoom in, is you're going to come up here again to insert line, and you're going to come down here where it says polyline. So you'll click on that. So I'm going to trace over his beak. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Sorry for the awkward pause. Now, the way to close, ooh, this one messed up on me. Alright, let me see if I can redo it. Okay, well, I don't know why I did that the first time. That's peculiar. So anyways, when you do normally close it, it'll fill like this. And the way that you want to create your mosaic is you just kind of color match. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If you want it to be, though, you can just go to custom and try your best to do some type of color matching. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as it's like the general same color, you'll be totally fine. If you want to do something that's more like circular to make that easier, you can do that. Of course, then you don't have as much options for cool highlights and shadows. So with that being said, I am going to show you some things that my kid did. And you are also one of my kiddos. I'm going to go here. Alright, so here are some examples from fellow Art 1 students this year, just to kind of get an idea. So they did a shoe, but you can see how they left the black in between each shape, and we'll kind of talk about that in a second. You want the spacing between each of your shapes to be fairly significant because you don't want it to just be all one thing connected. You want it to have those black areas because that's what makes it look like a mosaic. So we've got a flamingo, we've got a dog. So smaller areas, like the student, she did the nose and the teeth, really small shapes, and then bigger areas are bigger shapes. They did a car. So that was just first period. We've got so many. They did face. They did a whole person. She got really, really tiny with hers. The student, 6th grader, did Jennifer Aniston. But again, you can see how her hair is bigger shapes, and all the smaller ones are for the details. This student, she chose an animal, and this animal has a lot more like spiky, furry kind of texture, and so she was able to create that effect by the way she drew her shapes. And this student, he did a penguin, so obviously he doesn't need all that texture. But again, this, sorry, I can't talk. This slideshow, I sent it, and so you are feel free to look through it on your own time. get some more inspiration. But the way that you're going to want to go ahead and finish this off, let's say you have all of your shapes and you're happy and you're ready to kind of turn it in and show me. You'll click on the image, so you want to make sure that you're clicking on like the outside image and not like the shape, because then you'll delete the shape. So you'll delete the picture, and obviously I just have a triangle done, but you will have your whole mosaic done. And then you'll go to File, and you can kind of do it however you want. You can share it with me and send it to me through my email. You can download it as a JPEG, which is just a picture, and you can email me that, or you can send it to me through Canvas. However you want to go about doing that. If you need help with the sharing and the uploading, just let me know. But what I told my kids is you just go to download and then save as JPEG. And obviously make sure that when you go up here before you save it, you can write your name. So then I know whose it is. Of course, I know whose it is because it's yours. So that is essentially how I do it. Super easy peasy, really quick refresher. Insert, line, polyline. You'll just draw general shapes and you can fill them in with whatever color. And then when you're done, you hit delete so you can see all of the mosaic. File, download, JPEG, and then send it to me. Alrighty, Miss Avery, my dear, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm super duper excited to see what digital masterpiece you create.